buy myself a señorita tonight.
Nah. You know you might be promoting slavery.
Slavery? What you talking about?
Hey, modern day slavery or human trafficking is just what some of these people just do. You know some of these women were tricked to come here? Some are held against their will, abused, and even beaten. Most times the girls don't even see any of the money that is paid for them. And every night, they just have to come out looking nice and sexy for somebody like you. Human trafficking is a serious problem and a serious crime. Persons who solicit commercial sex services may be contributing to human trafficking. A message from the Counter-Trafficking Unit of the Ministry of National.
Hello, my name is Raquel, a trainee inmate at HMP Drake Hall, Staffordshire, England, and you're listening to Iron Dependency with Garth and Natasha. Please, people, don't traffic drugs. The money is all that nice. It's not worth it.
And we're back. Thank you very much for staying with us. We are still waiting to get back up on YouTube, up on Facebook, a little internet dip on the Trinidad side.
Yeah, we just tired of having to apologize for this all the time. It's not our fault. We're sorry that we had to lose you all, but log back on as fast as you can because we still have this tour of the store to show you.
We want you to see.
Yeah, so all you would be wanna be entrepreneurs in Trinidad and Tobago when the government of the day decides to go this way. If they decide to go this way, at least you would see the layout of your cannabis store, what it looks like. You know, when you hear some people think, well, some people say, well, they're selling ganja. They say expecting a wooden structure with, you know, with Japanese and stray dog running around it and all kind. This is totally different from what your image of a cannabis store would look like. Trust me. So
the final clip we have from this interview, we will share that now.
Before you go to that, did you all hear what Lisa said about smart serve bartenders?
Yeah.
How many clubs, how many institutions in Trinidad and Tobago train their bartenders? Think about it. You know what she said? They call smart serve. They actually, before you work in any bar, because at any time police could walk in here and ask for your certificate. Anytime. They really don't play. And in Trinidad and Tobago, does that apply? If any police officer decide to go and ask for a bartender's credential, you know why they train them? Because they have to spot people who they need to stop serving alcohol after a time. Alcohol serving times are regulated. So that means on a weekend, by 2 a.m., no more sales of alcohol. You think you could tell club owners on on the avenue that they have to stop selling alcohol by 2? Trinidad and Tobago will go crazy. You really want to see the power of alcohol addiction? Stop serving alcohol at 12 and 2 p.m. in Trinidad and Tobago and see for yourself what will happen. People will lose their minds. All right? So think about it. It's mood and mind altering. Let's go quickly to recession-proof business.
Yes, this is the final clip from our industry. So Lisa shares her outlook on the future of cannabis in Canada and where she thinks the industry is heading. Let's go to that clip and Shortman.
So once you decide you want to open another location now, would it be easier now for you, or would it be more difficult, or would you have to go through?
So from a regulation perspective, we have to be licensed as cannabis retail operators. So my husband and I and our corporation have to be licensed. So we have to pay the government $6,000 for that license, just to be licensed as an operator. And they do a background check on us and a financial check to make sure that, you know, we've got the money to sustain the business, or I don't know what they're checking, but they do a background check and a financial check for the operators. Then each location needs to be licensed. A store cannot be within 150 meters of a school, but that license is $4,000. So each store has had to pay $4,000 to get that license, and then the government makes sure that it's not within, that's really the only stipulation of the store. It can't be within 150 meters of a school. There is no other thing. We go through a public notice period where we put a sign on the window before the store opens to let the public know this is going to be a cannabis store. If you don't like it, send your email to the government. What people don't realize is no matter what they say, if it's not within 150 meters, nobody gives a shit. But we have to respond.
Yeah.
So some people have gotten hundreds of letters from the neighborhood who's like, not in my backyard. I don't want to get. It doesn't matter. If there's no school, the government would say to me, because I've had to answer some of the letters, and you answer the letter to the government, not to the individual who wrote it. The government says, we got this letter. What do you have to say about what's in it? And the letter says, there are kids at the school that are gonna walk by that store. And then I say, don't worry, we're not gonna let anybody under 19 in the store. We're gonna follow the regulations. We're gonna do everything that you want us to do. And they go, okay. So all these people take all this time to write these letters and it really doesn't matter.
They're doing their civic duty, I guess.
They do, right?
To save the children.
Yeah, to save the children. To save the children.
Yeah, but regardless, the government's concern is that this store needs to open so that we can
Yeah, get our
collect
money. Yeah.
our tax.
Yeah, our taxes, yeah. The amount of money collected by the government has been huge. I think it's $4 billion since legalization.
So is there a period of time sales will be better?
Yeah, so sales are better in the summer. Sales are better at Christmas. December's the best month for us, and July is a really good month for us. October and November are a little lower because it's harvesting season. So people who are growing their own are then harvesting their own and they've got their weed. But it is a recession-proof industry. So COVID, all of the stores were opening and all of the store sales were going up. During COVID, we opened with these beautiful stores and couldn't let anybody inside. We could only serve at the door, or then we were allowed to do delivery. We have a really strong delivery business. Uber Eats, cannabis stores are on Uber Eats. Typically with a restaurant, Uber has their own drivers.
Yes.
In cannabis, they can't because the person delivering the cannabis must be employed by the store and must have that CanSell license.
Right.
So Uber sends us the order and our driver has to deliver it. But we do a pretty decent delivery business in Scarborough through Uber Eats. What we've noticed is it's a lot of people who are living in apartment buildings or, kind of the basement apartment. They don't have vehicles. And Scarborough is so spread out. It's, you can't just walk to the corner and get your weed in some cases, right? It's far and it's winter.
Yes.
It's a fascinating industry. From day one, it has just been fascinating.
All right, so there you have it.
There you have it.
Recession-proof business. As we think about the future in Trinidad and Tobago, we have to ask, who really benefits if cannabis is legalized? Entrepreneurs, communities, or just the state? That alone and all the other questions we would not be able to answer right away until it happens, if it happens. The thing is, we've collected information and the government interested, we can package this too as well and hand it over so that they can actually get a step by step, because Lisa went into detail, she gave a ball by ball. So, you all heard it for yourself. So we apologize once again, people, for constantly having to apologize for the drop in stream on Facebook, especially, but it seems that it hit YouTube. So I don't know if somebody don't want you all getting this information, which is just a coincidence. But we don't like it. It's really upsetting at times. Yeah. But those of you on radio, our loyal listeners, we thank you very much for staying with us. We hope that you're learning something this morning.
And hopefully we can take some of your calls as well. For those of you listening on the radio, if you want to call in, now is the time to do so. We still have some more information to share with you, but as we wait on your calls to come in,
and of course, we want to show you the store too as well.
Yes.
So Lisa gave us a tour of the store, and it was pretty interesting to see. So we want to show you that. So if you can just jump back in for a couple of minutes, we'll show you that. It's a 7-minute tour. In the meantime, short man, what we could do is go to the Triple Knock operations done by your counter-trafficking unit continue to work on your behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago folks, in case you missed it. So I'm going to quickly pop up PQR. Let's start with P.
Yep.
So triple knock. Natasha will share that with you now.
Yes, so there have been two updates to the triple knock operation. The first is that the CTU's investigation into Operation Triple Knock has uncovered links to a human trafficking network operating in North Trinidad. On Saturday, the 9th of August 2025, officers moved in on a residential property at Box Hill Trace, Laventil. Darian Reed, 30, a male Trinidadian entrepreneur of Aria Peter Road, St. Anne's, and Oriana Coa Urbaneja, 25, a female Venezuelan national and housewife of Box Hill Trace, Laventil, were arrested. Following advice from the Director of Prosecutions, Roger Gaspard, SC, both were jointly charged yesterday by a CTU authorized officer with harboring the identified victim from the Triple Knock operation for the purpose of sexual exploitation under Section 16 of the Trafficking in Persons Act. They appeared in court on Wednesday, 13th of August 2025, before a master of the High Court. Bail was denied, and the matter was adjourned to the 5th of November 2025. And the pictures you see on the left of your screen are of the house at Box Hill Trace. The arrests were carried out with the support of the Immigration Enforcement Unit, Interagency Task Force, and Special Investigations Unit of the TTPS, and the TTDF Intelligence Unit as well. This coordinated effort underscores the depth of intelligence pointing to an active trafficking network in the north of the country. This brings the total to 4 persons charged in connection with Operation Triple Knock. 2 additional individuals arrested yesterday remain in custody and are to be interviewed for TIPS Act of offenses related to this operation. And of course, if you or someone you may know is a victim of human trafficking, please call the CTU's confidential toll-free 800-4CTU 800-4228. And the second update is that the CTU's investigation into Operation Triple Knock continues to dismantle the network behind human trafficking and sexual exploitation in Trinidad and Tobago. On the 12th of August, officers arrested Justin Knock, 39, a Trinidadian entrepreneur, at the Crab House Sports Bar, which you see on your left, which is located at Chanka Trace, El Socorro, and Samuel Weeks, 48, a Trinidadian licensed bailiff in the Tunapuna district. So on the 14th of August, both men were formally charged. Justin Knock was charged with harboring for the purpose of sexual exploitation and aiding in prostitution, and Samuel Weeks was charged with transporting for the purpose of sexual exploitation. With these charges, a total of 6 persons have now been charged in relation to Operation Triple Knock. Bail has been denied for all 6 accused. The CTU, supported by partner agencies, remains resolute in bringing down trafficking networks, protecting victims, and ensuring those responsible are held to account under the law. And that update was provided on the 16th of August.
So, again, congratulations to the counter-trafficking unit for continued hard work. And I see a lot more agencies are involved now in this, even the TTDF Intelligence Department, and that is a big deal.
Yes.
So, well done to the CTU once again. Department, and that is a big deal.
Yes.
So, well done to the CTU once again. Folks, you know, these are when police officers.
It's fine. So, as Garth posed the question earlier in the show, do we want to access illegal drugs in this form that come through this format, or do we want a legalized industry where you are assured of the safety and purity of what you're consuming?
Yeah.
Pure cocaine, 5.62 kilograms, almost $8 million worth, and 157 packets of Colombian creepy cannabis, whatever that is.
You hear the name, right? Creepy cannabis.
with a combined weight of 118 kilograms and a street value of over $13 million dollars. Right? This is a huge bust. Do you want cannabis to be trafficked through these routes, or do you want to have access to legal cannabis that is grown and sold under strict regulation?
As a matter of fact, let me just again issue this disclaimer.
Come back
We are
again to
not
us.
condoning or supporting, but
No.
let me tell you all this. All of us listening to this broadcast this morning will go to our graves before marijuana and other drugs could be eradicated. Because you'll be surprised, again, the people around you are talking about doctors, lawyers, servicemen, professionals, use cannabis.
Correct.
And it's either, remember, alcohol started off the same way. And what happened with alcohol? They ended up having, now it's the drug of choice for socializing. So could we continue to fight the war and the drugs will continue to win? Because these drugs that were seized is going to have those, they maybe have a next batch waiting to replace that already. The thing is, the fentanyl disappeared. Where is that fentanyl? Is it going to be now mixed with street drugs? You do your own research, people. There are a number of people who passed away from buying, like for instance, Matthew Perry, I always cite him, the Star of Friends. Yeah. There's somebody in court right now charged with his murder, they call it, because he was sold drugs laced with all these opioids. So, which one you prefer? And it has to be heavily regulated because, for instance, if you're opening a cannabis store, it cannot be next to a bar. I could see somebody opening a cannabis store in Trinidad and having a next bar right in the same place where you could drink and smoke at the same time. That's crazy. It has to be regulated. So let's take a tour of this store. And once again, I apologize. We apologize to you all for the stream being interrupted on both platforms this time. That's something we never experienced before, but God alone knows why. But we're still here and we're still bringing it to you. So Lisa gave us a tour of Stoked. That's the name of this store, Stoked. Let's see what Lisa has to show you, and she goes into detail each product that we see here, that you will see.
And you also notice the configuration of the store, what can't be shown, you can't actually see, you're not allowed to see the inside of the store from the outside. Obviously you can't allow anybody who's under 18 or 19, I think the case is. So there are things in place that you have to physically structure your store in order to meet those guidelines.
So let's go to that tour. Let's see what Stoke look like inside.
That's video short, man.
Yeah.
So when people walk in, this is what they see?
Yeah, because you're not allowed to see in the store.
Right.
Right? So you come around the corner, it's kind of like a camping vibe.
So this is here, this is what you do, the camouflage sort
Yeah,
of.
it's like a topographical map.
Right.
Okay.
And of course you're blocked from anybody from seeing in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We've got a recycling program for the cannabis packaging.
Okay.
So customers oftentimes will buy a joint, open it up, throw the container in here, and then walk out and smoke the joint, right?
All right.
On their way home. So then we can sell a whole bunch of accessories. We also have a bunch of our branded. We've branded a number of things. We think Stoked is a cool name. When we were deciding the name of the store, we thought, what's going to look good on a t-shirt or a hat? Like that was kind of one of the things, because again, you don't make a lot of margin on the cannabis, so we're trying to supplement that with some other things.
So this is your hobby here.
This is
This is from the Flower Power era.
That's from, so the other store that we had, that Chum store, was a Hawaiian focused store. It was a Hawaiian design, so we actually got that from them.
Okay, so we have up here more merchandising. So these are bombs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Bombs, dab rigs.
And these are all made in Canada.
No, not necessarily. The cannabis itself has to be Canadian, but the rest of the stuff doesn't.
There was a story that was released at one time where they said Jamaica started exporting medicinal cannabis. Did that come to Canada?
Not to Canada,
Okay.
that I know of. Canadian growers export Canadian weed to a bunch of countries in Europe, but we can only sell Canadian cannabis.
And I suppose the time will come when you'll be able to, Canadian retailers may be able to invest in stores abroad. Perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps.
So what do we have in this showcase here?
So this is a bit of a wellness display here with some bath.
We have in this showcase here.
So this is a bit of a wellness display here with some bath bombs, some CBD oils.
Explain the bath bomb.
So the bath bomb, this one itself is this bath bomb has 50 milligrams of THC and 50 milligrams of CBD.
That's that white ball inside
Yes.
it? So what do? You just drop that?
Throw it in the bath.
Really?
Want a relaxing bath experience? Yeah, it's a bath bomb, but it's got all of the other shea butter and arnica and all of that stuff, but it also has cannabis.
Okay, so that melts in tub? All right.
Yeah, you want a good night's sleep? Those are pretty cool. Then there's some one-to-one oils there, the Redican raindrops, 15 milligrams of THC, 15 milligrams of CBD in the same drop.
Right.
Drop it under your tongue. This is some lotion. I think it's 1,000 milligrams of CBD.
So when you put that on, it relaxes you?
Well, it might help with some muscle soreness, things like that.
Okay.
So this is really kind of like some of the wellness products that we have on display.
Right. So Canada's newest vibrant sips.
So this company, Sweet Justice, makes fantastic beverages. The owners used to work at Coca-Cola, so they know how to make fantastic drinks.
$30 or $29. This is the sativa version. It's just the old
Okay.
for the pre-milled stuff. Usually don't worry.
All right. So
Yeah,
on
and then
these
here's
here,
some edibles over here. So we've got some gummies, chew and chill, sugar-free, cookies. This is a CBN cookie. Some drinks.
so who make these cookies and the
Just all different licensed producers in the country. Yeah.
so there are people who just do edibles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and these here, all of these here. What's
So
in this?
this is cannabis itself. I can't actually
Okay.
read. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read what that one is. Some infused pre-rolls. So we have pre-rolls, regular pre-rolls, and then we have infused pre-rolls that are infused with concentrates like hash or shatter or oil to make them extra strong.
Okay.
And then we have vape cartridges. I think that's what this is a vape cart, I believe.
It says my candy in this one.
So yeah, so orange runts. A lot of times the growers have to change the names of what they want to name the product if Health Canada thinks it's too attractive to children.
What is this?
So ice cream cake, for example, sometimes it's called ICC because ice cream.
So what is this we're looking at here now?
That one is strawberry ice. That's a. What is this? Those are 7.5 gram joints, 7.5 gram joints in that
Usually
package.
I would suggest those for someone who wants a little bit lighter THC because that one's sitting 16%.
16%? Nice. I would like that.
Honestly, a very comfortable smoke.
Okay. And what's the cost of that?
What does that one
I
cost?
believe that one's $32.
Okay.
So it's 3.5 grams.
3.5 grams in total.
In total?
32 before taxes, with taxes included, $36.
So that's more like a kind of hemp kind of
A little
Strength?
bit, a little bit lighter on the THC.
No,
Still-
it's not hemp strength though.
You'll still-
16%.
Yeah, you'll
It's
still
still
feel the high.
decent. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's just when you're seeing 30% on a lot of these pre-rolls where you're getting that high, 16 doesn't seem like a lot, but
Right.
100% you get that 16, you will feel a little bit of a buzz. It just won't be overpowering where you.
That's what this
There you
store
have it.
looks like. At least one of her stores in Scarborough. She has 5 now, 5 in Scarborough, well, 4 in Scarborough and 1 in Niagara
Niagara.
Falls. So she's doing really well with her brand and her stores. And you see how comforting, and you wouldn't think that this is a weed store, right? It's very comforting and you don't feel like you're doing anything illegal. So it makes the shopping experience a little more conducive to, persons who just want to try some products.
Yeah, so folks, that's it. That's the research. Excuse me, we're done on this. We hope that you all understand that this is not just you set up, 4 walls and you put up a counter and you start to sell marijuana. It is, and
Very
I
complex.
would like to suggest to the government that if they're ready to intend the procedures, then people like Lisa and and 1 or 2 other entrepreneurs from here, maybe you can engage them because they know it step by step, everything that you have to do. Look at the tour that you just got. You saw those packages. It's quite obvious a lot of thought went into all of this. This didn't just happen with 1 or 2 consultation and then we say, all right, everybody can plant marijuana now, 4 trees each, and no. This has to be from A to Z without skipping a letter. All right. So we hope you all understand. If we have time, we have time for a couple calls if you want. What's your thought on what you just heard and what you just saw? And again, we apologize for the loss in both streams. Again, it's never happened before. I'm starting to get a little curious about this now, because it only happens on a Sunday morning. I don't know why, but let's see how often this will happen and how long we will continue. We're just sorry that we lost you, but thank those of you who stayed with us and came back in and you had a chance to see the store. Now, Shortman, you let us if we have anybody who wanted to say anything. In the meantime, I want to say to families out there who are struggling with their addicts, who have recovering addicts in their family. I want to speak to both sides. I want to say to families out there who are struggling with their addicts, who have recovering addicts. Not something that anybody wants to and not understand that it's a trap. Please understand the trap. Some of us are able to avoid the trap, and then some of us walk right into it. I could remember when we did a workshop in Tobago, where you call that career course. There was a sign that on the wall that says "Do not lift," and somebody was asked to monitor that sign. Out of curiosity, even though you get warned, people will still dive into it. So, to the families who still holding this over the heads of the addict or the person in recovery, I think it's time you start educating yourself. Yes, a person in your home will have stole your money. They stole everything out of your house to buy drugs. Understand, they were moved by a force. They didn't do that on their own. But once they decide to kick the habit and they go for help and they seek recovery and they attempt to come back up in the, climb back up the ladder, the least you can do is try to support them. The least. And stop holding up their past to them. Stop holding up a mirror to them and always trying to catch them in some lie, always trying to judge them. Don't push them back to relapse. Rather, encourage them to stay clean. And stop holding a mirror up to them every time they don't do something that you think they should do. or be part of what they don't want to be part of.
And also remember that relapse is part of recovery.
Relapse is part of
So
recovery.
expect that your loved one, if he or she is addicted to a substance or and they've finally, discovered recovery, there will be times when they will relapse. That is part of the journey. That's part of the disease.
Yes.
So your patience and your compassion is recovery.
Relapse is part of
So
recovery.
expect that.
Fix it, Jesus. Yeah. So part of our recovery process, we start with family, because family feel the brunt of the addiction in the beginning, right? And you get your act together, you clean up your act, you go to rehab, you might even end up probably going to prison. And you came out of prison and you decide to start life, and you in your mind know that you're doing well. You've tried to make amends to friends, relatives, family, and you're still not getting that love and support. Walk away. Don't let anybody try to put you on constant guilt trip and make you feel less of a person, because you, on the other hand, trying to make up for time lost and time in the past, and you cannot do that, and you only stress out yourself more. Do not allow your family. Listen to what I'm saying. There are certain families who push people back to relapse because of the way they treat with them, and nothing you ever do will be right. Nothing you ever do they will find favor with, and they always finding fault in you and always holding up your past to you. If you have to walk away from your own family, do that without remorse. Sooner or later, they realize the error of their ways, or they may not. If you want to stay clean, you want to maintain your sobriety, do not let any family member pull you down, constantly hate on you, and treat you like an outcast because of your past. That's the past. The past is in the past. And especially, we keep saying no one is perfect, but some of our family members like to play their part and continue to belittle you and pull you down. Don't allow that to happen to you. You love them, yes, but love yourself more. Understand that. All right?
Understood. No calls, short man. Nobody wants to speak with us.
Anybody wants to own a cannabis store? 6223927. We have 5 more minutes for news time.
Yeah.
Once again, we thank you all very much for joining us. We see you. Sorry we lost the stream, but we thank you very much. And if the government decide to go this way of legalization, would you support it? Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Call drop.
Go ahead, caller.
The call drop.
Okay. Would you support it if the government decide? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But we're asking, would they? We seem to be having a lot of difficulties this morning.
Yeah.
But it's all part of the process that we go through here on our independency from time to time. Sometimes the stream's good, sometimes it's not, sometimes don't.
Yeah. And also as a reminder, we plan to talk about cannabis a little more, and we may do over the show, but we also have a very interesting lined up researchers from the University of the West Indies who have done some work in Trinidad and Tobago, in India, and on the continent, researching the effects of heavy cannabis use among young people and its relation to psychosis. Some very interesting findings, and definitely in line with what we have been speaking about here on our independency, and something that should pay attention to as well. And they are also, in terms of their findings of the research, recommending that the age limit be raised as well. And we know that is on the table, and we wholly endorse that proposal.
Hello,
Hi,
good morning.
Hi, good morning. Hi, good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. Very good program. I had things to do, but I sit and listen attentively to what you all have to say. I am a 72
Thank you.
72-year age group. And I still smoke ganja. I have no problem with my sight, my
Okay.
health. I am very strong at the age of 72. Give Jah thanks for it. And I do hope that they do something towards the youth, because in my time we used to smoke ganja. Now it's all kind of different things you're seeing. I could be wrong. I still smoke. I smoke local. And I do hope that the government do what is right towards the youth. Thank you all very much. Very good program.
You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you very much for listening.
Garth and Natasha, morning. Thanks for the program, man. Good program.
Hey, morning.
Yes, a lot we learned this morning. It's called making policy by the hoof. Mr. Manning coined it that. You just roll up, wake up one morning, and roll up your bed and get an idea. Very legalize, very decriminalize weed. You have a couple consultations and a half or quarter, and then you roll it out. It's called policy by the hoof. What was taught there to us by the lady that you all there? She's not an expert on everything, and she keeps saying that that's not her forte. Let the experts deal with that. And you know, we have a lot of experts in Trinidad, experts of everything. And that's part of the problem. That's why it have 44 trees in one yard and causing rab within neighbors. So, good program again, God.
Yes.
And as I say, I hope the government rethink that 4 trees, and we have to stop making policy by the hoof just to appease people. That was the coin that Mr. Manning coined as a visionary leader. And that's what causing all our problems today. Things are not thought through in a thorough way, and just for a couple consultations. Thanks, God.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was gallery, and I think we tried, we tried to reach the people involved back then, but they. Yes.
Hello, God.
Good morning.
Good
Yes.
morning, God. Good morning, Natasha.
Yes.
God, a while back.
Involved back. Yes.
Good
Yes.
morning, Natasha.
Yes.
Back. You know, we have rogue policemen, we have rogue probably soldiers. A rogue doctor was caught dealing drugs in well, he was part of our profession. He is a medical doctor with his system here. And he was suspended, slap on the wrist. I don't know. But could he be back on the prowl again? I mean, recently, I don't know, like
We don't know.
100 vials went missing. I don't know.
Good
These are unknowns. We don't know.
Yes.
So we know we have rogue
Great
medical
question.
professionals in our system. Bye-bye.
Yes. No, you're right. I mean, it's a great
Right.
question.
Yes.
And like I said, this could be drug diversion,
Yes.
or these drugs could be taken and sold to the black market, and that these drugs now can end up on our streets. Somebody's messing, somebody pulling the strings here, and I pray that the police stay on top of this and do not let up.
Please find those drugs wherever they are.
Please find
them.
Yes, because anytime they start to be mixed with, they start to make street drugs, we're going to have a problem. In the meantime, we advise the ministry to ensure that all the ambulances we have on our street, all the EMTs,
Please find them.
Yes, because anytime they start to be mixed with, they start to make street drugs, we're going to have a problem. In the meantime, we advise the ministry to ensure that all the ambulances we have on our street, all the EMTs, they are armed now with naloxone or Narcan, because we're going to have a lot of overdose cases. Let's prepare for this. The mother of all dangerous drugs.
Setting, that is how
Right.
potent it is. So if that ends up illegal drugs, like ketamine, which we've been seeing a lot of, like
Molly.
ecstasy, and all of these things,
These are the drugs.
cannabis.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the repercussions of that?
Yeah. If I have 16 trees in my yard and I decide to sell, I want my thing strong, potent, right?
Correct.
Folks, we really need to take this serious, and we ask for the police service to be covered while they do this investigation, and hope that they come to the bottom of the disappearance of this dangerous drug, because it's not going to be pretty in Trinidad and Tobago going forward. Let's keep on top of this.
Indeed.
All right, so as we wrap up, as you've heard today, cannabis legalization isn't just about lighting up, it's about business, regulation, education, and revenue. Canada has shown one path, but the big question is that the right path for us in Trinidad and Tobago?
And as always, it comes down to who benefits. Is it communities? Is it entrepreneurs? The state? Or is there a risk that the same old players profit while the rest of us are being left behind? That is part of the conversation that we have to keep having.
So, special thanks to Lisa Bigione and the team of Stoked Cannabis for letting us share their story. To all of you who tuned in and called in, Rosemary Bishop and all of you on YouTube,
yes.
Rosemary, continue to support us from out there in Brooklyn, Rosemary from another Rosemary in Canada, and all the others. We thank you very much. Of course, Hinkson, we were really happy to have you in studio, my friend.
Yes.
As usual, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's difficult, but you did a great job this morning as usual. Thank you very, very much for your service.
Indeed, and you can go back to our Facebook page and YouTube channel to see the earlier part of the show, and we will post the full video of the tour of Lisa's shop on our Facebook and YouTube, so you can have a look at that as well.
Yes.
Please join us again next Sunday. We will be back home in Trinidad, and we'll have a very interesting program for you as usual.
This has been
Ion
Independency. See you next week.
Cheerio from Canada. What Canadians say when they say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Later, eh?